Hey, quick message for Allstate agents. So I remember it was my second month owning my agency. I went in for the day and I started running payroll for my 3 staff members, and it wouldn't go through. And so I went and I checked my business account and realized I was negative $8,000 in my bank account. Therefore, I couldn't pay my staff. And it was the most humbling experience of my life. But more than that, it was probably my most depressing moment as an Allstate agent. To go out there and have that conversation with your staff that you can't pay them is one that I'll never forget. And if you've ever had to do anything similar to that, you get that as well. And I decided that day I was going to do something different. I was going to make a change in my Allstate agency. I no longer wanted to come in the morning with that pit in my stomach, right? Feeling sick every single day, leaving the office after working 12 hours, feeling guilty because I feel like I didn't produce enough. Even though I worked my tail off the entire time, I just wasn't getting it done. And I was told by my FSL, my TSL, buy those leads, look at these companies that Allstate works with, get somebody to, generate leads for you by paying them X amount of dollars. I have been doing that with no success. And I was just sick of always hearing the same thing. You got to network with realtors. You got to network with mortgage lenders. It just wasn't getting me anywhere. So I stopped. And I went back to basics. And I said, there's got to be a way to produce leads out of my own system. And that really was kind of the launch years ago to me becoming a trainer and a coach for agents. It started with Allstate agents, and it started with Alliance. And I found out literally just by clicking around and then developing my own requoting process with the systems that Allstate already had in place for me, how to get thousands and thousands of leads that were in my database. They weren't other agents' leads, they were mine, that I didn't even know I had. All right, and in my case, I had over 20,000 leads. Now, I have introduced this to over 500 Allstate agents across the country, and by rough numbers, we have found probably well over 150 to 200,000 leads in their systems that they never knew they had. And off that, we developed a requoting process, a great script, and a bunch of other things that just made it work. And it was the one thing, if I had to point back to one thing that saved my skin in my Allstate agency, it was that requoting process. And so we had offered this before at one point about a year ago, and we've updated things since then, and we're going to bring it out again. And so what it is I've created a package, and it's only for Allstate agents, because quite frankly, if you're not an Allstate agent, none of this will make sense to you. But what it's designed to do is get past that wall, right, of where are my leads coming from? Where are my policies coming from? How do I keep a good hands-on requoting process that myself and my staff can consistently do on a day in and day out basis? And that's why I have this Allstate Agency Elite program. Now, I'm not going to lie. We launched this about a year ago. We charged quite a bit for it at that time. Some agents took us up on it. Some didn't. And that's okay. But I've drastically reduced the price, which you'll see on the next page, over 85% of what we previously had it for. And here's why I'm doing it. Because I have seen some struggles from Allstate agents in the past several months. There's been a lot of changes, and Allstate's not the only one. I'm not beating up Allstate, it's every company. But the reality is, I've seen a lot of agents come close to having to close their doors. So I decided we're going to re-release this at a much, much lower price point so I can get it in your hands and you can see it. And I am so confident in this program that it's one of the few that we offer a money-back guarantee on. So if you go through it, you don't like it, just let me know. You can get your money back. But check it out on the next page. Now, I actually developed an entire membership site on it. So not only are you going to get the actual Allstate Alliance trainings, we got a couple videos on that. We got other cool Allstate system tricks. We have a lot of other stuff, and you'll see it all listed out on the next page. But if you have questions, hit me up, joe@imwithdavis.com. Here's the deal. I want this to be a change this summer for Allstate agents. And I can only do that the ways I know how, and that's delivering something to you at an extremely great value that's going to pay off within days. If you do this right the first time, I promise you, within days you're going to start seeing some positive things going on in your agency.